My co-host Hunter Muller.
What's up?
Oh, not much. We're here for some Saturday sports talk, despite the fact that almost every single game got canceled except two, both the Hunter happened to go to. Quick story about the freezing cold temperatures outside, by the way. On my way to the show today, I had my first slip of the winter season and bashed my arm really hard against the street.
Oh.
Yeah, it was horrible. Also, I yelled when I did it, and then I heard my wife asking me if I'm okay. And I was like, yeah, kind of like that. And then I got up and I went over to see where she was standing, and she had went inside. Like after, I was like, what the heck?
She's like, it's too cold.
She's like, you said you were okay until she went inside.
You ever
So
slip and fall and like you're by yourself and then you get up and you think like you look around, you're like, wow, did anybody see that?
Yes.
I've had that happen a couple times.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
Yeah, one of my worst falls ever was taking the garbage out. I had two things of garbage in my hand, so they went flying, and I slipped off of my stairs. And it was at nighttime, and I remember just laying there for like 5 minutes and knowing that nobody was there to see me. It's just the coldness, the embarrassment of the fall kind of takes away from the coldness really quick. And you're just laying there, and it's just kind of like you got to give up on life for a while. And then you got to get up by your bootstraps and move on. So anyway, I'm not really that cold because it's actually hot in here, but got to take this off.
Yeah.
Shout out Iowa Wesleyan University sweet scarf. Shout out former coworker Alan also for giving me this scarf. It is awesome. Hunter, we got a little bit of high school sports that actually went on. Mount Pleasant girls last night. We're in Danville. Daniel, a pretty darn good girls basketball team this year, and you found that out firsthand, right?
Yeah. The final in this one, obviously you mentioned tough one for Mount Pleasant. Danville's, one of the better smaller schools that around the area. The girls on the girls' side anyway. Danville wins this one 76-34. Really the biggest difference in the game. Being there was Danville likes to, how do I put it? They're very fast paced. They press pretty much they pretty much press until they get it into running clock, which is kind of what we saw last night. Mount Pleasant trailed 51-14 at the half. Up until that point, Danville was just pressing the entire game, full court press, created a lot of steals, a lot of easy baskets. They never, if I had to guess, I'd probably say that 95% of their shots were at the rim.
Oh, really?
Like there were
just action.
Yeah, just created a lot of steals, get into the basket, things like that. And it felt like Mount Pleasant just couldn't get into their offense. They got some pesky defenders over there for the Bears. So I mentioned 51-14 at the half. It was 18-6 after one. Mount Pleasant did kind of edge them in the third, 9-8, but wouldn't make a difference. 59-23 heading into the fourth. And then Danville closed with another kind of big period there, 17-11. Outscored them in that final quarter, so 76-34. Danville pulls out the win over the Panthers there. So, just another tough loss for Mount Pleasant there.
Yeah, it's coming off of, I think their last game before that was the win over Fairfield, so they would have played Burlington on Friday. Of course, that, like every other game in the world, got canceled. But at least they got a game. And the Mount Pleasant is the only school that we've had that's had a girl and a boy game in, I think. Well, no, there were some doubleheaders on Thursday night, this last Thursday night, right?
Yeah.
And we can actually talk about those a little bit. How about I pull up one? Real quick, why don't you talk about, you were at a wrestling meet on Thursday.
Yeah.
One of the few things that
was
went
actually
down.
going on.
Yeah, why don't you talk about the wrestling meet? I'll pull up the basketball games from the other day.
Yeah, Washington was hosting Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant was hosting Washington in Mount Pleasant. It's always kind of a battle between those two squads on the mat. Washington did pull this one out 45-30 over the Panthers. The Demons opened it up, notched 4 straight victories. Nate Edmonds at 113 pulled out a win, and then Eddie Rodriguez got a forfeit at 120, followed by Caden Griner and Aaron Boone at 126 and 132. They're picking up a pair of wins. And Mount Pleasant followed up its first victory of the night was Jefferson Ramirez Avalos at 138. However, after that, the Demons added 2 more wins from Lane Schrock at 115, Chase Griner at 157. Over the course of the next 4 matches, the Panthers and Demons traded back and forth. Mount Pleasant's Tucker French won at 165, Washington's Blaine Reese at 175. Peyton Walker grabbed a big win at 190 for Mount Pleasant, and then Washington's Grayson Hartman pulled out a win for the Demons at 215. And then, by that point, Washington had already pulled ahead. Pulled ahead enough to pull out the dual win. But the Panthers ended strong. Juan Lopez and Landon Beckler both grabbed wins at 285 and 106 to close out the duel on a high note. But Washington pulls it out, gets another Southeast Conference win, 45-30, and I believe their only one loss is to Fort Madison in the SEC. So Washington looking pretty good. You got some great wrestlers over there for the Demons in Mount Pleasant. Given really it's been a close couple matches, go the other way, and talking about Mount Pleasant right there, right there with it. Could be a Panther win is just as easy, but
yeah,
and Mount Pleasant's got a lot of young wrestlers too.
They do, and you know what? Those are two teams that have full lineups, which is something that not everybody else
only
has.
one forfeit.
I really enjoyed your picture of the, I think it was Landon Beckler and Caden Griner head to head. That was great. I hope that I should have made sure that was the big picture in the paper. I
thought that was a cool picture.
I will put it in, but that was a sweet picture. Fairfield did have the unfortunate job of trying to knock off the Bloodhounds on Thursday night on the road, and Fort Madison came out with that one. So Fort Madison is still unbeaten. Mm-hmm. You can kind of see, though, that our area teams are playing with Fort Madison's the top team, but you can see that they got full lineups. They're building something that maybe here pretty soon they'll be really in contention to win the SEC. Right now, Fort Madison just got it.
I believe Washington's only got 2 seniors, and you look at Fort Madison, and Fort Madison's got a lot of seniors. I think
they do.
If I remember right, looking at their roster.
I mean, they've been good for a long time. Yeah, Washington has young
Fairfield,
Boone and
yeah,
a lot of
all 3 of
wrestlers.
Our teams.
And Fairfield, you have to remember that that Casey Miller is hurt this year. Yep. He's their best guy. Yep. So he come back next year. So that should be a really good one. But there's still some stuff to wrestle for this year. In basketball, just going to run through here. We had some small school on Thursday. A few of them, I think, were move-ups. Nobody played on Friday. But just kind of clicking through here, and by the way, if you look at the Southeast Iowa Union on Tuesday, we've been doing rundowns for the last few years when we went to the Union, but everyone got their own story here, so I might be slow on this, but Keota still undefeated. They pulled past North Mahaska. They're number 7 right now. Only a 10-point win for the Eagles, and they actually got outscored in the second half, so a little bit of a test for them. Yep. And then the girls fell in that one. Pekin had a couple of big wins over Wapello. The Pekin girls and Wapello the North girls there's 4 or 5 teams that are so close to each other where you legitimately get those toss-up games, which is not always the case in high school sports in general. But 43-38 for the girls and 62-49 for the boys. We had a couple of crazy, I don't know, something about our girls basketball teams this year where we have some crazy stat lines. So as I said, how many they scored? How many points did I say they scored? 43 points, and 34 of those were from Alex Parsons and Anna Hadley. Man. Parsons had 18, and Hadley went for 16 points, 18 rebounds, and 3 steals. So if you have her on your fantasy basketball team, that's
pretty good style.
Playing a lot of fantasy basketball lately. Just over 40 points. That's a pretty good night. And we didn't have the boys stats in on that one. Big win for the boys. And then another, Van Buren County girls over New London, and New London boys over Van Buren County. New London snapped a 3-game losing streak in that one. Here's another stat line. Marley Mertens for the Van Buren County girls. I'm going to double check to make sure this is right. But I believe it was 6 out of 8 from 3-point land. Hit 6 threes, only missed 2.
That?
Marley Mertens.
Really?
Yeah, she's going to be a superstar here. She kind of should fly. I watched them play against Fairfield, and they have some pretty darn good shooters around Ivy Davidson down low. They just didn't make everything against Fairfield, but that kind of shows how good they could be in that one. And then we had a split between Hillcrest Academy and Highland. Hillcrest Academy boys stayed hot, beat Highland, and let me get the Highland girls stats up here because I saved the best for last as far as our crazy stat lines here. I mentioned fantasy basketball, which I play a lot. If anybody is at home doing that in the NBA, your usual stat points, about 40 or 50 is like a good day. Like, oh, I'm so glad I had that guy because he because he had a good game. So I saw the stat line from Sarah Burton at Highland yesterday. By the way, the girls won 47-38, so Hillcrest really put it to them. I mean, Highland's a team that just beat Columbus. They're legitimately in the first place race. Hillcrest played them to a single-digit game, 47-38. And in the girls' game, Sarah Burton ended up with 20 points, 22 rebounds, 7 block shots, 6 steals, 4 assists. So I went to a fantasy basketball calculator because I said that's ridiculous, and that was about 82 fantasy basketball points. Those are like above like if an NBA player goes for 20, 22, 7, 6, and 4, you're like that dude had a career height, or a WNBA that girl had a career night.
Man.
So and Malia Yoder and Claire Withrow both 17 each. As I said, the Raven boys rolled in that one. Mason Bender and Seth Hours both had a big day. Bender 20 points. Seth Hours 18. The final on that one, by the way, was 65-27 Hillcrest boys. So some teams got some games in right before the snow came in. A lot of those were moved up.
Yep.
They were like, let's play that at 5. I kind of like it when they play it at 5. Something about getting home as a sports guy at 7 o'clock is nice. So that was your Thursday sports smash, because that's all we really have had lately. And yeah, you know what? I think I'm in the mood for a little bit of commercials.
Let's do it.
What do you think about that?
I'm cool with it.
Think about that.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Tammy takes the time and has the personal interest in each one of us. I don't worry about what's going to happen because I know my policy is taken care of.
She pulls what I need and puts it together, which is the program I get from her.
Every year she calls around September or so and says, there's changes again, and I'm going to do the best thing for you. It's been perfect. She does a great job.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
I am Melissa Westfall with Homegirl Realty. Heather and Charlotte and I have worked together for many years, and we have always had a vision to have a business together.
I'm Charlotte Howard, and the good news is we bring a very high level of experience. We have a combined 80 plus years of experience in this real estate marketplace.
I'm Heather Merrick, and Homegirl Realty brings a lot of things to the table. We have phenomenal communication with our clients, buyers and sellers, to make sure things are going smoothly and you don't have anything to worry about.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Southeast Iowa Union Sports Talk, powered by Fairway Food Stores, our favorite. You know what? Fairway's got a lot of stuff to eat when it's warm. Get a little soup. Little soup stuff at Fairway. You know what we do when it's cold a lot is I got 2 kids now, so we're back into the grilled cheese sandwich and soup phase. That's a phase you should probably never give up on when it's cold.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of makes you feel like everything's worth it. Did that 2 days ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It does sound good. We had chicken and dumplings the day before too, so it was like my wife's a teacher and school's been canceled, so she's been home. Like we got like a pretty clean house now, and we got because she's had stuff to do around the house, and then sometimes with kids and teaching and all that stuff and extracurriculars, we have to get like eat out or whatever because all the stuff we're doing, but everything's getting canceled. No dance class, no school.
Cool with that.
And some home cooked meals.
Love
Very warm. And you can get all the ingredients for any home cooked meal you could even imagine at Fairway food stores.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. One more, not really breaking news because this happened the other day, but our old friend Chad Edeker will be coaching the Shrine Bowl this year.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. We don't have full rosters out. There's been kind of spackles online I've seen of players getting chosen. There's been a couple seniors from Sigourney Kyoto and a couple from Waco, I think, and I don't want to say the names right now and mess it up. The Shrine Bowl is one of those things where it takes a while to get the roster together because you have to pick the players. Some players might not want to because it's a little far. It's the entire state. We're team South down here in Southeast Iowa, obviously, and Coach Edeker will be hoping to win the South their first game since the COVID pandemic. South had won like by 30. I looked it up the other day. The South had won by like 30 points 4 years in a row. COVID hit. They missed one. The next few years, it's been all the Yankee North.
Yep.
Yankee North versus the Dirty South. And we're team South, so we'll have full rosters once they actually come out. But they're pretty cool. I think Chad coached a few years back, so this isn't not his first time. I think this might be his first head coaching time.
Pretty impressive with the World Warriors past 3 years. What?
Yeah,
over 30 wins.
30 wins for Waco. They went to the championship last year. Even after losing all the seniors last year, they still had a pretty darn good team this year.
Came literally one win away from advancing to the sub-state final.
Yeah, they almost beat Don Bosco. Yeah. Very close to being Don Bosco. Would have been Waco and Winfield in a huge game.
Yep.
Oh, I wonder when the next time Waco and Winfield are going to play in a huge game is.
Yeah, pretty
in a few hours.
Yeah.
I'll be there
pretty
tonight as long as it's a little slick outside. Obviously Waco and Winfield are next door neighbors, so they have less driving time than I do. But hopefully we'll be there for some Warriors versus Wolves action tonight. If everything, stays clear. Anyway, so yeah. And then do we have any other prep sports we have to talk about?
Not really.
I don't think so. What have you been doing with your extra time not going to sports games?
Hanging out. Samantha's hasn't had school either, so.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Teacher wives.
Yep.
That's
cleaning, literally.
Yeah, that's a big advantage. Yeah, of course.
We do get a lot of cleaning done, though.
We do get a lot of cleaning done. Actually, when I fell, I said that we were doing one last household chore, which is to jump our van because it stinking died out on us.
No.
Where it's normally parked, but.
Oh, that's good.
So that's our last thing. We got a clean house. I did some cleaning the other day. They were gone during an NFL day. And so I was like, if I cleaned while I watched football, then I couldn't, then it's not like I lay on the couch and watch football all day.
Didn't work out, did it?
So, no, I got some big stuff. We had this clutter of pop bottles and boxes. This is mostly my fault. In our entryway, I cleared all that out. Cleaned the floor off a little bit because I got it messy when I was doing that. So that was my big project while I was watching some football game. I don't know. But speaking of football,
we're
going to go to commercial. We don't have a lot of high school sports to talk about today. So we're going to just chat about the NFL. So this goes the full 30 minutes. So any football fans out there, and I know you're out there, you're like, it falls over. You don't talk about football anymore. We're going to after these commercial breaks.
At 5 Star Community Credit Union, we want to help you lead a better life. We offer competitive rates and convenient appointment times for all kinds of loans: auto, recreational vehicles, home equity, line of credit, holiday, and personal loans. We make it easy to build your credit and enjoy the good things in life.
We invite you to join 5 Star Community Credit Union. We are community-minded and member-focused. Come visit our locations in West Burlington and Mount Pleasant or online at 5starcu.org. Federally insured through the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
At Brown Shoe Fit, we pride ourselves on traditional sit and fit service that's been serving the Mount Pleasant area since 1952. At Brown's, we have shoes for the whole family. From kids to adults, we carry the finest footwear for every occasion. Whether you're looking for something for work, casual wear, or exercise, we've got you covered. And don't forget about our selection of safety toe footwear for both men and women. Come visit us 6 days a week and experience the best in traditional sit and fit service. Brown Shoe Fit, where quality and tradition meet.
Welcome back to Southeast Iowa Union Sports Talk, powered by Fairway, our favorite food store, along with all of the beautiful businesses, companies that you see, bam, right here. They've been with us. A lot of these have been advertising with us since we were just a puny little operation.
We were just starting.
Didn't know what we were doing. Driving 45 minutes from Mount Pleasant to Washington every day to get it done, and then back to Mount Pleasant to do stuff.
Respect to Alex over here for that.
Yeah, respect to Alex that he now does the opposite, drives down to Mount Pleasant for that's where our office is right now. So yeah, it's good. It probably wasn't a very fun drive today. Not great. It's not great, or not bad though. When you go from 218 down to whatever the one in between Columbus and Washington, it's not.
At least we were riding together too. So like if you were driving by yourself every time, it sucked. But
yeah, that would. We rode together every time. We got some good chatting done. Anyway, speaking of chatting, the only thing that we've talked about on commercial break today, Hunter, is
playoff football,
the NFL. The three of us. And Alex, you can throw your mic on if you'd like, because you've been chatting with it too. Have been obsessively thinking about the NFL. It's one of the more depressing days of the year, in my opinion, because the realization that there's only like 8 football games left is like legitimately depressing to me.
Yeah, I know, and we have to wait Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so 4 more days before we even see another football game.
That's a lot of days.
It's a long time, and we just got spoiled with like 3 straight days because.
Yeah. Thank goodness there was 2 games on Monday.
Yeah.
Even though I will say that we got a little bit, we've been spoiled, but at the same time, any football game is great to watch, I always say. Whether it's a blowout, high scoring, low scoring. So there's never really a bad football game in my opinion, but not a lot of close games.
No.
I mean, it's happy for you because you're a Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
That was very close.
I mean, the Lions game was a great game.
Lions game was great.
That was a great game.
That was awesome. Just entertainment.
Yeah.
I love Matthew Stafford.
I love
Jared Goff.
Booed by the Lions faithful.
Yeah, I wonder what he thought about that.
His wife was very mad.
Really? Really? Did she say something?
Yeah, she's been saying stuff for a while.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She
just came out apparently and said that the Lions fans were booing her kids.
Whoa, really?
I'm like, oh no.
Oh my gosh, fans can be ruthless.
But it's like, I don't know. I don't think Matthew Stafford warrants a boo because it's like he didn't want to leave. Like they just shipped him off because they wanted to get like more stuff for him.
Yeah, the Lions. Well, now let me rip on the Lions fans for a little bit because for some reason Lions fans are now anti TJ Hawkinson, former Sheridan.
And he didn't even
athlete.
ask it for a trade either.
I know he got traded, and then it's like you traded them, and then now you're mad at them for some reason. So, so Detroit fans, and there's a lot of them that I like. I think maybe. Tim Robinson's a Detroit fan. Yep. He's great.
Although
go ahead.
I was just going to say, I mean, like, aside from that, like I know you're, big division rival with the Lions. So
Yeah.
like I wouldn't mind the Lions, being successful. I don't mind the Lions being successful, but for you, it's kind of probably like,
Someone said that to me, really, like, in my brain, and this is rude to say because the Lions have won a playoff game, but my entire life it's like we have two division rivals, the Packers and the Vikings.
You probably hate the Packers.
The Lions are always like, oh great, we play usually. Besides the last couple of years, it's like, oh sweet, free win, we play the Lions this week, and so I really don't have any disdain for the Lions. I just am annoyed that they're anti-Hawkinson.
I got to ask you, how'd you feel about seeing the old Pack success? Because I feel
didn't
like
like
it's the Packers that is probably the one team on your list. It's like that's the team I can't see. Like
yeah.
Then they put together that performance with old Jordan Love, and
they did. And people are really overacting about Jordan Love. I don't think he's. I think he's having like a good little streak here. Cowboys always lose at that point. I had a nice little laugh with Slayton Swords, the sports guy at KLJ. I went to Pizza Hut to get my Phoenix and pizza, and he was there eating, and the guy that was working, and they had the screen on the Packers and Cowboys game. At this point, the Packers were probably up 25 points, and we just all were just sitting in awe watching the meltdown. I was like 20 minutes late getting home with pizza because of that. But that was pathetic. That was bad. Bad day for a bad weekend, not to conference honk, but it's a bad weekend for SEC quarterbacks right after it was proven without a doubt that the Big Ten's the best conference with Michigan winning the national championship.
Jalen Hurts,
bad.
Although he's Big 12, he's Big 12.
Yeah, he's kind of 50-50. He's kind of 50-50.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Two Alabamas, two former Alabamas go down. Mississippi State.
Yeah, that's a Mississippi State that went down. And then C.J. Stroud, Big Ten. He looks awesome. He's going to be
the C.J. Stroud, man.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud's great.
He might be the best. Good. He might already be the best Ohio State quarterback to ever play the game.
Yeah, he might.
Better than Justin Fields.
I don't know about that. We'll see. I think really seeing what he does, it's just proof that when Fields finally makes the playoffs, he's just going to go off just like that. I think Stroud.
I think the Bears should keep Justin Fields.
Me too. Get him some receivers.
I think they will get Caleb Williams and then blow it up, but it's what it is.
I don't want to say anything that I'll regret.
Falcons?
Yeah, I think so.
Or what if Mike McCarthy gets fired and he goes to Dallas? You think Jerry Jones will pull the trigger on that?
I don't know. Jerry Jones always there's a certain personality type where I think Jerry Jones likes being the big boss man.
Yeah.
And I think that he has a thing with hiring people that are.
Bill Belichick's kind of like big boss man almost.
Yeah, he's an alpha and he doesn't want to hire another alpha. He doesn't want to clash, which in the alpha world, and I would know, you're supposed to, two alphas together aren't supposed to clash. They're supposed to work together.
Yeah.
But Jerry Jones might be a. You know what? Maybe he's a you ever heard of Easy used to talk about studio gangsters, which are people that pretended to be gangsters on the mic, but they really weren't from the streets.
He's a studio alpha.
He's a studio alpha. Yeah, Jerry Jones studio alpha. Because he hasn't won anything in like 30 years, but he always wants to hire the puppet. He never wants to hire like the big name coach. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Chiefs,
but
Bills, I'm worried about. So I think this is how it's going to go down. I think Ravens win.
Okay.
Over Houston.
By a lot or little? Spread's 10 points.
I don't know. If the Ravens played how they did against 49ers and how they were playing the last couple of weeks of the season, it could be a blowout.
Yeah, Ravens look really good.
I think their offense is good. Don't get me wrong, but I think their defense is.
Yeah, it is. I'm a little nervous for our boy CJ.
But Chiefs, Bills, I got to go with the Chiefs, but really nervous because the Bills are.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bills were 6-6 look on the outside looking in, and now are picked up the 2 seed and host playoff games.
Yeah, they look good. Josh Allen looked awesome yesterday.
Yeah. So I'm going with Chiefs though.
Okay.
Because.
Ravens, Chiefs.
NFC. Well, we got 49ers taking on Green Bay.
Yeah.
I don't think Green Bay has a shot.
No, I think that's a blowout.
And then on the other side with the Lions and Buccaneers. I think the Lions win, but I think
it's going to be the good one, right?
I think it'll be a great game.
I think so too.
I think that one has, between that and Kansas City and Buffalo, I think has the potential to be the best games.
Isn't it crazy that's the game I'm probably looking forward to most, is Lions and Buccaneers.
Can you believe the Lions could be in an NFC Championship game? That's insane to think about.
Yeah, no, I don't believe that. And the reason, now that you say that, now I think the Buccaneers are going to win. Because no, I don't believe that. So I think it's going to be Buccaneers I think the 49ers can just go ahead and book their ticket. George Kittle, his family, his grandma in Winfield.
Their team is
go ahead and get that plane ticket
on paper.
going.
Their team is so stacked.
They are really good.
Defense too.
Yep, defense, offense, special teams. I saw a really lame poll, by the way. And by the way, we're not gonna talk about NFL for like 30 minutes. We're gonna end the show here pretty soon.
Yep.
But I saw this poll that allegedly was like every state who they're cheering for, and it was like overwhelmingly Packers for Iowa. And I was like, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Iowa is a 49ers state now because Brock Purdy is from Iowa State and George Kittle is from Iowa. It's like two of their most famous players.
You think?
I mean, I still don't like, and Christian McCaffrey, even though he absolutely humiliated Iowa when we were on the center stage in the Rose Bowl, one of the worst nights of any of our lives.
Yeah.
For some strange reason, I still kind of like him. I don't know. He's just, I don't know.
I don't know. He actually seems like
But
a
I
nice
probably
guy.
wouldn't like, he does, but I probably wouldn't like him if he didn't play on the same team as George Kittle.
Probably.
Because I'm just like, yeah, that guy.
He was
kind of,
a
million times.
like taunting us when he was playing for Stanford. So
Yeah, we have, yeah, he was.
But he also ran for like 260 all-purpose yards.
Yeah, he did. And then was that his uncle that was being belligerent during his interview? Go back and watch that.
I don't know. I also think it was like
Everybody.
partially their band too for like making fun. So I think that's
Yeah.
why there's a lot of.
Yeah.
I think we just mad at Christian McCaffrey for absolutely destroying us. But
Yeah, yeah.
he was just doing what he does. But
I usually agree with Hawkeye fans and everything, but I didn't like the Stanford band went into the formation of a cow, and I remember people being like super hurt about that.
Yeah, I
And I remember kind of looking around like, I don't care. That's kind of funny, but we got our butts kicked. So Christian McCaffrey, I like. I got 49ers. I wonder what the odds are for them to win the Super Bowl right now.
it's gotta be high.
You could take them, and put them in the Super Bowl.
The Ravens versus 49ers in 2.0. I'd love
That'd be
to see
awesome. That'd be awesome.
Because Brock Purdy doesn't throw 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It'd be fun to have Lamar at that point. It's going to be fun. I just love football.
Yep.
Gosh, I love football. I talk about it at home. People get annoyed. You know who does not love football? Every other person that lives with me does
Really?
not love football.
That's weird.
Yeah, wife and kids. Not really. Actually, my 5-year-old went to sleep last night because she's like, "Can we watch something?" I had the football game was on, and we were kind of snuggling, so she'd go to sleep. She's like, "I can't go to sleep, Dad." I was like, "Oh, whatever. You don't have school tomorrow, so you can sleep in." And she's like, "Well, can I watch something?" And I was like,
Yeah, watch
"You can't, but I could turn the football game on my phone because I knew that bore her enough to fall asleep, and it did." But
there you go.
the boring game, honestly, I could have fell asleep. Not really. I love football.
Yeah, I say
Doesn't matter.
You're wide awake.
Be anyone. You could take 11 people randomly from like anywhere and put them against 11 people randomly. No matter who they were, I'd watch it.
Awesome.
Football's good.
You think the worst team in the NFL could beat Alabama? Well, top team in college. I think so for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
You know that? You ever heard that debate?
Yeah, I have.
It was
back
like
when Alabama was really good.
Alabama, yeah, like 2012 Alabama beat whoever the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, probably the Lions at that time. No, I think they would have got smoked.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, all Alabama gets to the NFL. What happens? Tua, Jalen.
Yeah.
Both screwed it up. So anyway, how many Iowa Hawkeyes are still in the? I mean, you got Purdy's the only. Xavier Hutchinson for the Texans. There's 2 Cyclones right there. Hawkeyes. We got Kittle. Wirfs.
Buccaneers.
We got Jack Campbell and
Jack Campbell.
Who else for the Lions? There's one more, right? And Sam Laporta. There we go. There's 4.
There's probably Tyler Linderbaum, center for the Ravens.
Oh yeah, there we go. Ravens. That's 5. There's a guard. There's another guard.
There's got to be another lineman.
Is Larrick Jackson? Is that right? Or is that someone who plays right now? I think he's on one of the teams. And then I'm sure there's more. Micah Hyde.
Bills. Yeah.
Bills. We have another Lion. AJ Epinesa. He's got Southeast Iowa roots.
Yep.
He does. Man, cheer for all the Hawkeyes.
Congratulations. Iowa Wesleyan, right? Didn't his dad play for?
I think his
dad. I think
potentially. I don't want to say that and be wrong.
It's something with his family in Iowa Wesleyan, I think.
Yeah. By the way, did you see George Kittle rocking the Iowa Wesleyan shirt? We tweeted that out at Union Sports page. He was rocking an Iowa Wesleyan shirt a few days ago. I put it on our sports page. Yeah. So
that's pretty funny.
It is. It's awesome. Wesleyan, they're there.
Yep.
They live through the playoffs as the Southeast Iowa.
What a legend.
What a legend. Got to get him on this show. Got to get his grandma on the show.
He's got some great mic'd
and
up
then
moments.
use that to get him on the show. We got to talk to
Look up
his,
George Kittle mic'd up moments. That'll make you laugh.
Yeah, he's super funny. We watched an entire interview with him on Theo Vaughn together.
Yeah,
like 3 hours in the car one time.
There was this funny moment. I just got to say this. They were playing the Chiefs, and he like pancaked somebody. And I can't remember who it was for the Chiefs. It was like, man, I just tripped over someone's foot. And he said, George is like, no, you didn't. That was all me. I don't know why. It's just so funny.
He's funny. He's a great guy. I love it when they ask him somebody asked him what his favorite thing about having Brock Purdy as a quarterback, and he said, my favorite thing's that he's never beat Iowa.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
funny.
That's so funny.
All right, that's all the NFL talk we can. I mean, I could talk forever and ever. We'll probably just do this off air afterwards, but we're done. Alex can finally go home or do whatever he's going to do. I'm going to go get lunch.
Me too.
I
gotta go to Iowa City, actually.
You going to Iowa City?
Yep.
Oh, have fun. Go get some Chick-fil-A?
Maybe.
Lucky.
Jealous?
Yeah, I am. All right.
All right. We'll see you when?
We will see you.
Thursday.
Wait, on Thursday. We're doing this 2 times a week now. Keep up, everybody.